Hello, welcome to Wardrobe School. I'm Vanya. This is where you learn how to sew clothing for yourself or to sell. Today we're going to talk about the Lutterloh system. It's like an old system, but it's new to me. It's a pattern system, and I can't wait to share with you how, I'm going to do the unboxing and then we're going to make a dress. Okay, I'm just going to go on Instagram. And see if everything is good. Let me go live everywhere. I think if you're watching, please let me know if you can hear me. I just got a new microphone and I'm not sure if it works well. Usually it's okay, but is it good? Am I live? Let's see. So, have you used the Lutterloh system? Tell me. Even if you're watching the replay, let me know, because I'm curious, like, what's your experience? Did it work? I tried I found a similar system and I've tried a while ago, but I haven't really done this one yet. So, oh, it looks like I'm live. Awesome, awesome. So, and am I live on Instagram? No. Hold on, guys. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, bear with me because I'm just trying to see. I'm using this new way so everyone can see the table as well. And it looks like I'm using this new way so everyone... Give me a minute. Let me know if you know the Lutterloh. Also, tell me where you're watching from, right? Look, I think now I can do this. Give me a minute. I'm the. Also, tell me where you're watching from, right? Look, I think now I can do this. Video person. I do all. I do everything in my business here, so I'm the. There. I think now will be working. All right. Video person. I do all. I do everything in my business here, so. Yes, I'm on Instagram. So guys, look, if I'm like sideways, don't mind. I'm on Instagram because that's how it goes, okay? Just flip your phone a little bit. If I'm like sideways, don't mind. I'm on Instagram. Yeah, it looks like it's working. All right. I didn't figure, so I'm trying to figure the system out so that I can share everywhere. Sounds good? Oh, echo. I don't have two tabs open. Let me mute my computer. Then maybe. Let me know if it's better, Marilu. Hi, Marilu. Okay, let's get to it. So I'm gonna do the this thing that I'm gonna open up. So let me explain to you what it is, and then I tell you how I got into that and everything. So years ago, I found one that was like on Etsy, right? It was this lady selling like different. You would buy just one pattern for one dress, and I bought this like 1950s dress that was. I was like, what is that? Then so she had like a copy of the tape that he used to enlarge the pattern. So basically the idea is these patterns, they come in this, so they have the design of the pattern, and then there's this like tiny little patterns where you, using only two measurements, you can extend them and make them large or making them your size, and you can make any size. And you just use the bust measurement and the hip measurement. Right. And I thought it was interesting. I don't really do patterns like that. I don't use that, but I draft my own bases and I do stuff like that. But I love vintage patterns. And I found this interesting because you don't need many measurements. And also you can make it to any size. And I think it's a great, and the thing is, you can really, they don't teach you the instructions. They don't show the instructions for constructing the piece. So you have to figure that out. And I thought this was a good exercise to learn, because all I'm about is like, you have to know understand yourself how the sewing pattern works So you're more free than like being depending on commercial patterns and stuff, you know, that I advocate that. So I thought this is very cool. And so I did that. It was years ago. I made like this weird dress. It kind of fitted well, but it wasn't perfect. And then I haven't heard about it anymore. And then the other day I was on eBay looking for stuff. And then I found this system that somebody was selling. No, I think it was on Etsy. They were selling part of it. Anyway, I started to research, and then I got my sister involved. We spent like a whole day a few weeks ago, like trying to figure out how to make the the proportion of these patterns and stuff. And so, and then I found, and then we looked up online, and I found this, that's the original one. Look how amazing. And I think, I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, I posted on stories the other day. And this, so that's the ruler that enlarges. I will explain to you every, you know, I'll show you, I'm gonna draft a pattern today so you'll see how it works. But so they have this special ruler. And then here is from the 1930s. And there's all the tiny patterns and the designs. Look. And so this was made in Germany. It was a woman called Maria Lutterloh, and she came up with this idea. And it's a system that works like that because the proportions of our body are always the same. That's what they say. There is a little drawing here. You know, this concept that, you know, everyone has the same sort of proportions. That's why you can just use the bust measurement and the hip measurement. Okay, that's cool. That's the old one. And I want to make one from this for sure. We're going to do it. But then I was like looking for it. And so this company still exists. They are still around. But, and you can just go and buy the system. But then I found this. I was, you know, I'm always on eBay. And then I found this one on eBay that's a little vintage. Although the company sells, here's the thing. They sell this kit that comes, you know, is this thing that is like the special ruler. I haven't even opened it yet. So I'm going to open with you guys. Is the special ruler, the pens, how you pin on the table, tape, and the pencil, whatever they use, which I guess I'm going to use that one, but I rather use my Sharpie. But anyway, so this is a kit, right? And then the patterns comes all in this folder thing, right? Like I posted on Instagram. And it's cool. But I like this one. Why I got this one is because it's from the 90s, like probably early 90s, and I love that. And so I thought I could make some cool stuff with this just for fun, really, right? And then but you can find, they sell supplements. So since I have the kit now, I can go on their website and buy, they sell, I think they call supplements, but it's like a little collection by season. So you can go there and buy something from from the 80s or from the 90s or recent. They have like current. Their current style is, it seems like they've just remade the old ones, some of them, but you know, it's still out there. So what I really want to find out if it fits, right? How is the fit? How this works? Okay, so let's get to it, right? So this is the original one from the old one. Let me put the table view here so you can. There. So this is the table for the table, the ruler for the original one, and I'm just saving here. But then the new one is very similar, I suppose. So it's a measuring tape, and then on the tip, look, there's the same tape. And what it is a bunch of measurements. So I'll take my bust measurement and then find it here, and then put the pin there and use this tape to trace my pattern. All right, so let's place it on the table. Let me see if this thing works. The pen they send. No, it's like dry. So let me see. I forgot to grab my Sharpie. Yeah, I have a solution. we'll just use this one. Because you know, if I do with a pencil, I rather do those things with pencil, but for you guys to see, it has to be a little thicker. So here it is. And one thing you need, so all you need is this ruler, and oh, we need to pad the table with something, because you're going to stick the pin, and then it needs to be something, you know, some people have, which I really, one day I'm going to have it, like a cutting board that's very large, you know, like a very spacey cutting board, but I don't have it yet. So I'm going to use this cardboard. This is like the back of my, I buy paper like that. So then this is the bottom of it. And then I was debating whether make this dress or this one, but I think I'm going to make this one. All right. Then, oops. So the little pen is here. Put this on the side. And then I'm going to place my paper. So the plan is put this on the bottom, then we put the pattern paper on top, and then put this on top of everything. So let me stretch my paper here. If you're watching on Instagram and you want to leave comments, please go to YouTube, because I couldn't figure out how to activate the Instagram comments with this thing. So look, if this is too bright, we can reduce a little. And then you see, it might be too high, right? Can you see well? If you guys are enlarged, have the screen enlarged, you can see, right? So the pattern has this like plus sign, or like an X or plus sign in the middle. And right in the center of this thing, I have to place the pin. And that's from there, I take the measurement. So you see how this is all like, there's a bunch of little numbers here. Those are the numbers I gotta follow. So here's how it goes. And I think I need space that way because this dress is kind of long. There it is. Then I grab the tape. Oh, and one thing is you have to tape this paper to the paper to secure it, because then you don't want that to move as you're working with it. And I just tape a little bit. In fact, like my plan next time is to Xerox this, so then I can use. Oh, thank you, Rob. What I was saying, I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to be ruining this piece, right? Because it's the original one. So I'm going to make a copy and then use the copy. Okay. So my bust, so, oh, and here's the thing. You need the bust measurements and the hip measurements, right? And it has to be in centimeters. I don't know if you guys have, I know centimeters, and I wish everything was in centimeters because it's much easier. It's just like multiples of hundreds. But in US we do inches, which is fine, I learned, but you know, it's, but if you don't know centimeters, don't be scared, because it's very easy. It's like just simple, you know, 1/10 is 10. 1/10 of 100. 1/10 of 10 is 1. It's easy. It's just multiples of 10 and hundreds. So my bust is 88 centimeters, 88. And that's what I have to find on the tape, and then use the pin to pin. So here's my 88 is right here. And then I place in the center of that cross thing, and then stick to the tape, to the paper. Okay. And from there, I use those little arrow things. They have dots on each part here. There's a dot. And so I have to follow those dots and make a new dot when I reach the number that's here. And I have to use the bust measurement for the top and then the hip measurement for the bottom. So anything that's above the waist on the pattern, I use the bust measurement, and anything below the waist, I use the hip measurement. And this pattern only has like the length here. It's just like a straight cut, so I think it's fine. And then they say on the instructions that it's good to go like anti-clockwise, going around like this, and then marking the dots. So once I have my bust measurement here pinned to the pattern, I just need to find the first dot here. And then the first number here says 38 and a half. So I go 38 and a half on my tape here. And in fact, I want to make sure that there's no larger number. And this is going to work. Yeah. There it is. So I'm going to start. And then I'm going to make dots where I find that measurement. So 38 and a half. I'll just transfer the dot. Right there. Now the next one is 35. Another dot. The other one, 34 and a half. And there's a bunch here. Another 35 and a half. And there are darts. And also they have like symbols on the pattern. And on the instructions, there's a symbol library, like where you learn what it means. Like A is front, B is back, and then there's darts or pleats. This one is actually pleats. Okay, another 34 and a half. Then 35. It's the shoulder. I'm just drafting the shoulder right now. Now I'm going into the collar, like neckline. $35 and a half, 30 right here. 26. 24. 25 and a half. Then 26 and a half. Usually when it's like neckline and armhole, it gets a bunch of dots because you got to make that curve. 26 and a half. Right there. And 29 and a half. All right. So far, it looks like a pattern. Now I got to go all the way down there because it's like the hem of the dress. So I'm just stretching my paper. Hi, Marcia. Thank you for joining. Guys, I'm sorry that you can't see well, but once I trace it, you see, okay? Just be patient 1 second. So now I have to do 72 and a half. Wow. Woohoo. Let me see. And it's really like you just line up the ruler with this arrow thing they have here. It's pretty cool. 72 and a half. Okay, making sure it's straight. And here we go. I got it. Now the other side is 71. Lining up. Here it is. Okay, now we have those. Oh, it's the waist part. So 20 right here. There's like an encasing for the belt. So I think that's what it is. And 19 and a half. Right here. Then we got, oh, this is like a, it's the armhole. So 18 and a half. 19 and a half. And then 21. All right. I think I did it all. And then there were some marks that I have to watch. So the process now, it should be, I leave the little diagram here. I just remove the ruler, but don't remove the diagram. And then I'll trace the pattern. And for that, I'm gonna use my French curve and then a regular ruler. So I'm gonna do the, and now it's just connecting the dots really. So the shoulder, oh, the shoulder is a little curvy. So I'm gonna use the ruler, the French curve. Can you guys see there? Yeah, that's my shoulder. And then, oh, and comes all the way up out here. So like that. Then I'm gonna do the armhole here. That looks very simple, but that's straight. And then the side seam. It looks like, I guess this one is right here. And then the side seam is a straight line that should come all the way to the hem here, hemline. And there's one dot here that's like, oh, this was the waist thing. So I guess I just connect this one to this one and then like that. Yeah. All right. Now the collar with the French curve, because it's a curve. Look, it looks like a pattern. Now the hem. I'm finding this a little like very open, but oh, and then there's the grain line here. There. And then just connect this one to that one, but it's a little too far. But I'll try. Let's see. If I put this one here, 2 rulers. I think that's it. Look, oh, it looks like a pattern. Then there's a pocket here that's 20 centimeters. Oh, okay, so below this mark, there's like 5 centimeters distance, and then there's a pocket that goes 20 centimeters. pocket. And then there are buttons, but the buttons I can do later. And then this, so there is a mark here that looks like it's facing. So there's like a facing right here and a facing around the collar. And this should be an angle more like this, but that's good. Okay, I think that's good. So now I have to do the seam allowance. Yeah, and I guess the pocket. So sometimes they give the pattern for the pocket, but this one they didn't. So I just have to draft my pocket. And now I'm gonna do seam allowance. And so the front, since it's open, right? Because there's a button, so I'm not going to, no, I have to do seam allowance because when it's placed on fold, you don't have to do it. But in this case, we do. I can't wait to sew this. We're probably gonna sew in another time, maybe tomorrow, because it's gonna take time, right? But I can't wait to see if it works. And then here, shoulder seam allowance. And now the skirt, I'm gonna make a square angle here because it just makes more sense. All right, that's it. It's ready to cut, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna remove the diagram paper because then I have to place it on another pattern paper and cut this one. Here there was a mark. I think it's for the belt. So I'm just gonna trace it. And put front. Are you guys there? Is everything good? And I didn't put seam allowance on the hem. That's fine. Because I can always like add it later, right? Oh, I know why this is weird like that here. It's because it's including the folding part, you know, the placket for the buttons. That's why. Because if you look like that, and then it makes sense. And one of those points, which I should have marked, but I can look in the pattern later. There's like an amount here that is for the placket, and also here on the shoulder, this is like pleats. Look. So then I have to find which pleats are those. It's corresponding to the dots. After this video, I'll figure that out before I cut the fabric. Okay, great. Hi, Tracy. How have you been? Thank you for joining us. All right, so now let's go for the back. And so far, you know, I made a mistake of not marking my pleats. Oh, the back has pleats, so I'm gonna remember that. So the process is the same. Let me get a sip of water. The process is the same, right? Place the diagram in the middle and then tape it. Oh, first, let me see if the distance is good enough. Oh, the other mistake I made, but I think it's okay, is that I used my bust measurements even for the bottom part of the dress. I think it's fine. And here, let's see, the largest one, 37. Yeah, that's good. So I can tape it right there. I'm good, Trace. I'm excited with the spring that's here because I've been in the winter way too long. That was the craziest winter of my life. Like, not that I had anything bad or anything, but it was just super cold and, you know, the coldest one, let's say. I never seen so much snow in my life because I'm in Vermont right now. So I'm going to find my bust measurement here, H8. And then pin to the center of the back pattern, which is this one. And this where this mark is. Pin it down, and it's ready to start. So 37. And then I just place the dots. 35.5. 35. And those dots that I'm doing right now are the shoulder, the ones I'm going to do now. The shoulder ones are the ones, some of them are guidance for the pleats. So I should remember that. 36. 37.5. 37. 36. This is getting a little strange because it's not straight. Hold on. Yeah, I'm strange. The thing is correct. Yeah, I made a mistake. All right. So you gotta pay attention when you're doing this. That's the truth. So I'm gonna do it 35.5 right here. I hope you guys are not bored. I'll be tracing soon. Okay, this I think it's good. Now, 38, which is the shoulder, the end of the shoulder. Now there goes 19.5. 18. 17. It's looking correct so far. So 17.5. Oh no, wardrobe school is going on. It's like today just came out. The last module comes out next week, Tracy. So next month probably will be, you can join again. 17.5. Let's see. I'll announce soon. I'm trying to figure out, because I gotta go to New York to get the vaccine, and then I have to stay there for 2 weeks, you know, because you have to do 15 days after. So I'm trying to coordinate it all. 17.5. I have to be in the studio, you know, when to do the classes and stuff. 18.5. Okay. I think that side is done. Oh no, then just the hem now. And I suppose at this point, because it's the bottom here, I should be using my hip measurement. But because on the front I use the bust measurement, I'm gonna just use the same. And also mine is kind of similar. I'm not very my body is very like a straight thing, so it's very similar. It's just a few centimeters different, so it should work. 70. Down here. Okay, then the other one is 70.5. And I think we're done. I just have to figure out the pleats. Okay, all the dots are done now. Now the pleat is, I suppose, so let me trace this, the center back here. You trick with 2 rulers. I need to buy a yardstick. Like every good seamstress has it, right? Okay, so this is the center back. Now, I see that they say here's 4 centimeters down for the facing, so I'm gonna mark that. And then this is the back neckline. All right. And then when the shoulder starts, then that's when we start to worry about the pleats. So the first one is not a pleat. This one is, and then this one. Then skip that one, then this one. Okay, so this is pleats. This is pleats. And then this. I hope I understand that later. I'll put here as like a little notch. You guys are not seeing much, but I'm just doing the notches because, you know, pleat to just fold over like that. It's easy to sew. I like pleats than darts. Better. I like pleats better. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now just here the sleeve. This is a straight line. And just trace down to the hem. Wardrobe school is going strong as always. I like how it's funny because I called the course Sew an Essential Wardrobe, but everyone calls wardrobe school. So I'm just gonna call wardrobe school too from now on because Okay, woohoo. That's it, the back. Now that is the, wait, this is this. Oh, here, this is the belt casing thing. I'm gonna mark, oh, here's the grain line, which is the same as the center back. Center back, fold. And then I just need to do the seam allowance now. And it's easier because since it's placed on fold, we don't need to do seam allowance on the center back. So I think I can remove the pattern, the diagram, and just do the seam allowance. Yay. And I'm gonna do by eyeing this because I'm afraid you guys are bored. I don't want to take too long. Kind of tricky. Square angle. This is the thing I learned from my friend Bianca, who's a pattern maker, very talented, and she's like, all angles in a pattern have to be square because when you sew, they have to match. And I never forget that. And so since on the front pattern, I didn't add seam allowance to the hem, I'm not gonna add to the back either. And this is the belt. Let me square this belt with this. All right. Yay, we got the pattern. So now I'm gonna cut it. If you have questions, if you're watching this, especially on YouTube, I know a lot of people are interested in the Lutterloh there. If you have questions, just leave a comment below and I'll respond later because I'm not sure if I was like clear with the explanation here, okay? Don't be shy. And we can make another style next time. I can make, also I want to make from the old one, from the 1930s one, because it's beautiful. But that one is a little harder to understand. It's in German. And I know the drawing, you know, the diagram is the same, but it's a little more complicated. I think they made it simple, you know, the new ones. So I'll probably try to make one on my own and then we'll do one live. But they have beautiful dresses. Camila, I don't know if you're watching from Instagram, but if you are, they have dresses the way you like, the style you like, those retro ones. All right, let me get the front. So you see, so this is going to be placed on fold, and then it's the back. And then I guess you'll gather here, right, to make the skirt. And then the front, I have to figure out how this, because I've messed up with the dots, but I still can see my dots here. So I can find on the diagram where the folding line is. I think it's probably here is probably the first one. And then this is for the button. Yeah. And then here there is the facing. And then the pleats are probably this to here. And then this to here. Something like that. And there might be another one, but this is a pleat, this is a pleat. I think something like that. So I'll try. So then let's do tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. What do you guys think? I'll choose a fabric, and then we make the dress, cut and sew the dress, because it's almost an hour. I mean, it's like 47 minutes, this one. It's and I haven't chose the fabric yet. I was just wondering like how big it turns out for me to cut, you know, figure out what fabric I want. And oh, and there's one piece missing, but that's just, I'm just gonna trace it, which is like this, is the belt, I think, 260 centimeters by 2 centimeters. It's just like a skinny belt, because it's this dress, right? Look, there's like a belt thing, and then buttons. I also have to choose buttons for it. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope it's not boring. I had to think and do and talk at the same time. But yeah, if you want to see anything, you know, that I haven't showed yet, or if anything you want to learn, let me know and I'll make a video. Okay. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time, probably tomorrow, 8 p.m. All right. Stay tuned on my Instagram stories, because that's where I post and schedule the videos. I'll do on Instagram and also on YouTube and Facebook. You can watch, but then on Instagram, you can see the exact time. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Bye.